I sat at the bar, and so I'm sitting there. I sat at the bar, and I had my little earbuds on, watching my movie while I'm eating. And so when I was done, I got the bill, and I'm just looking around my surroundings. I look to the left, I see a black man with a white woman. I look to the right, I see a black man with a white woman. What do I see? What do I notice all at the bar? Single black women. So it got me to thinking. I'm just wondering, have black men totally given up on black women?
Yes.
And so...
Yes, the answer is yes. Smart black men, yes. First of all, why are you breathing so hard?
Poor.
We know they don't like jogging. We don't see them at the gym. I'm telling you, we rarely see them at the gym. They don't like exercising. She definitely don't look like she was just finished jogging. So what you out of breath for? What are you out of breath for? Walking to your car? And even if you were jogging, let's say she was jogging. You get in the car, you let your heart rate slow down, right? Decompress, and then play on the phone, and then, no. You would get in the car and immediately turn on the phone and record yourself after jogging. But we know that's not what she was doing. We know she wasn't jogging. Who jogs with door knockers on? You see the size of those earrings? Who jogs with those on? You could hula hoop with those with those earrings. That's why they were nicknamed door knockers. So that's number one. You're talking and you're breathing hard. That's a problem. Number two, mind your business. Sit at the bar and drink your beer. Drink your beer. If you go to a bar nowadays, since men are not paying for drinks no more, they're buying beer. They can't afford the drinks. They in there drinking Michelob. They can't afford a drink. But even if they can, they at the bar, you know what they're doing? Self-medicating with alcohol. That's what they're doing. Self-medicating with alcohol, hoping someone approached them. That's not happening. That's what they're doing. They hoping for someone to approach them. That's pretty sad. Because you see, they were there by themselves. Those black men were out on dates. Enjoying themselves. Talking, interacting. When they with you, it's a hassle. You try to pretend like you're not interested, with the person that you with, to try to get him to try harder to impress you. Those days are done. I used to see black men do that. They sit down, they used to be talking to them, try to strike up a conversation. What these black men didn't understand was they're not interested in the things that you're interested in. They're not interested in science, which is pretty amazing. You know, you learn something new when it comes to science practically every day or every other week, whatever. You're learning new things all the time. They don't talk about politics, books. They don't read unless it's from, unless you got a title. The title has thug in it. They're not in the poetry. They're not in the history. Nothing. The things that they like, you have to dumb yourself down. You know what you have to talk about to pique their interest? You have to talk about reality TV. You have to talk about what rappers are doing. You have to talk about what rappers and their girlfriends and who's the best MC. and they're not MCs. They're not MCs. I saw Keisha said, call these rappers MCs, and I fell out like MCs. You ask the average, what does MC stand for? It means master of ceremony. That's what it stands for. And no, they're not. They just get together and rap about dysfunctional things. TV is about this dysfunction. Anything that's dealing with dysfunction and you're talking about it, they'll listen. But anything besides that, no. So what do you have? You have a woman who looks around and actually sees her competition. Now, do you think she says to herself, I need to get on my A game? I need to get on my A game and I need to get out here and compete? Nope. You know what they do? And this is the reason why they'll stay at the bottom. They'll look at that situation and think, well, that's just that guy. Those are just those guys. There's men out there that they don't have to compete for. Sure, there are. But those ain't the guys you want. There's plenty of guys you don't have to compete for. Those ain't the guys you want. You don't want that guy. Even though those guys out there, if they got with you, they will be settling. The guys that would be settling for them, they wouldn't even compete for.
You big dummy.
They don't compete. Even for the guys that they do want, they don't compete. Because they can't. It's not because they don't want, they can't. You got women out here who would love to be with black men. And when they get with black men, they treat them with respect. They don't try to strip away his dignity. They treat him like how a man should be treated. When he comes home, they smiling. The interactions is pleasant. And they understand that if they want to keep this man attracted to them, they got to go to the gym and stay in shape. You see, Hector, Brad, and Lee, they don't have to sit around and wonder why the women that's with them don't want to be attracted for them. No. Because black men are not asking for dimes. They're not asking for dimes, but attractiveness, they still like to see their women fit, so they could be attracted to them. What's wrong with that? Men are visual, so what's wrong with that? But they're telling you that you shouldn't even ask for that, for the most basic thing, which is to be in shape. You know, when I'm in the gym and I'm working out, and I see Becky in there, these are average looking Beckys. They're not supermodels. They're not eights. These Beckys be 5s and 6s. Fives and 6s. And they're from their 20s to 40s. In the gym. In the gym. And I can bet you that the men that they're with, they're not 6-figure earners. I bet money on that. They're not 6-figure earners. But they understand if they want to stay married or stay in a relationship, they need to be fit. And they understand that that's the least that's the least they can give. That's one of the most basic things you can give to a guy. But you black men, you say, you want your woman fit. Oh, you want a supermodel? Huh? So I can't even get fitness? We ain't even get the cooperation. I can't even get fitness. No, this what you get. Somebody sitting next to you, sitting down in front of you with door knockers on, breathing heavy, just because she's talking.
You're done.